Hello, Simon Pegg.
Hello there.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
I really enjoyed the film, first of all. Let's
Get that out of the way.
Yeah. But how is it for you playing a character who's kind of neurotic and sort of annoying and objectionable in so many ways, but also likeable when you're used to playing more kind of everyman roles?
It was nice. It was a nice change of pace. You know, there's a reason I get hired for those kind of roles, is because I am kind of like that. Do you know what I mean? So to play someone who's so different was a treat. And as an actor, you don't want to play the same character over and over again, or you know, similar iterations of the same character. And Jack, for me, felt like, you know, just a bit of a gift. And when I read it, I just thought, I really want to do this movie.
And there's a lot of in the film about facing fears and dealing with problems. Does that reflect the way you see life, or are you kind of proactive against the things you're scared of, or do you shy away and let them boil up?
It's difficult. I think with Jack, he never faced his initial trauma. That's the problem. It's kind of morphed into this monster because he never faced up to his abandonment as a child. And you know, I'd like to think maybe I've confronted my fears as they've happened and been able to neutralize them, or at least understand them. Jack's never done that. Jack's never really sat down and thought, why am I such a scaredy cat? And because of that, he has this terrible paranoia. You know, we all have childhood trauma. We all set a moment when we become aware of death, or become aware that we're not part of our mother, and we all deal with those in different ways. But for all of us, they affect how we view adult life.
And there's a scene with a towel, and I was watching it. I was thinking, oh, you look pretty good shape. Are we going to see the birth of Simon Pegg, the lithe sex symbol?
I didn't actually do any work. I'm in better shape now because I've just done an action film and have been working out properly. I didn't work out for this because I had to look like a writer who'd been indoors for 3. So all I did was lose weight and do yoga and stuff like that. So this was skinny me. This is me at my skinniest. I look like, you know, like a hunk. I'm massively, I've got abs and all sorts of shit.
Jack is kind of obsessed with serial killers, and he had this neuroses about it. Who is your favourite murderer?
Who's my favourite murderer?
Fictional or real, doesn't matter.
I think probably Jack the Ripper would be a good candidate for that, just because he's so mythic. You know, I wouldn't say like Jeffrey Dahmer, or you know, someone who'd been caught and held to account. Jack the Ripper is a phantom. You know, he has no personality. He's somebody that we project onto. Whereas serial killers generally are just loathsome, amoral monsters. You know, that you couldn't possibly support in any way, unless, you know, I suppose Hannibal Lecter. But then he has this odd kind of motivation whereby he only kills people that deserve it.
Yeah.
Well, so I think, Jack the Ripper's great because he's become the embodiment of so much more than what he just was. He was just a mad prostitute killer, loathsome, amoral sociopath. But because it was never solved, you know, he's come to represent so much more. And so there's a romanticism to that particular one that you can latch onto without feeling too bad.
That is the correct answer. Well done.
Thank you.
You navigated it well. What's it like to kind of have been doing, 2011 you had Mission Impossible, Tintin, that kind of thing, and then to come to do a much smaller British production at home?
Yeah.
Is the transition easy, or do you prefer one or the other?
It's very easy. The process of filmmaking doesn't really alter with the budget. You know, you're still essentially doing the same thing every day. Just because the catering isn't as good doesn't mean the process is any different. It was nice to come back home and make a film at Shepperton and be in the UK working with the British crew, and it felt like old times. It felt like Shaun of the Dead, you know. And a lot of the stuff I'd done prior to that had been, I'd been working in around the world or whatever, and so it was good to come back to my roots, as it were. And the toughest thing was not having craft services. That's what you have in America, which that's the thing that utterly changes the shape of your experience on a film set, is the fact that you can go to a little stand and make an amazing sandwich for yourself, and whereas you can't do that in the UK.
Well, I think I'll let you go to lunch.
I'm talking my stomach's rumbling now talking about craft services.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.